It was a bright, sunny Sunday afternoon on the outskirts of northern Hollywood, and I, a devout Catholic, found myself in my office, the only place where I could guarantee privacy. Dressed in a professional suit, heels, and wearing my gold cross necklace, an understated silver watch, and dark-rimmed glasses, I sat down at my oak wood desk, pushing the chair back as far as it would recline. It looked up at the ceiling, giving a long sigh, as I wondered just how I had gotten here. I felt my phone buzz, but I didn't feel a particular rush to answer it. So much of my days were spent answering legal questions for Hollywood celebrities, professional athletes, and musicians, all of whom needed their questions answered yesterday. Could evidence get buried to prevent getting judged in the court of public opinion? Could they get a delayed trial? Could they avoid jail time? The nature of being one of the best lawyers in the entertainment capital of the world, though I hated that title, I only used it because others did, meant that I, from Sunday night to Saturday night, almost never had a moment of respite. Even when I went on vacation, I found it all but impossible to fully detach from the working grind that had consumed my life. I knew what I was walking into after graduating from Duke Law, but even then, it could sometimes be overwhelming. For that reason, my 9 a.m. church on Sundays, followed by 12 hours of complete detachment, gave me the much-needed escape and respite from that world. But on this particular day, something very personal, very legal, and very public required my attention. No matter how much I prayed for it to have gone differently, no matter how much I had sought counseling, no matter how much I tried every conceived notion to prevent the worst from happening, and God sincerely knew I had tried everything, I could not escape it. Only in the confines of my private office, away from my home and everything associated with it, could I feel comfortable having the conversations I had needed to have over the previous couple of months. I stood, grabbed my phone, and saw that Mark Leslie had messaged me. This was to be expected. Mr. Leslie had represented me in my case over the previous couple of months, but I knew that when I had this phone call, it would finalize that which had seemed impossible just 5 years ago, but now was a reality. I, Amber Reynolds, a native of Columbia, South Carolina, a woman who had won Miss South Carolina, a woman who had gone to Yale for undergrad and Duke for law school, a woman who had just about every actor's phone number in her phone, was seeing my picture-perfect life fall apart. For all of the external praise I'd been fortunate to receive, none of it mattered in the face of what I was going through now. I was getting a divorce. And when I spoke to Mr. Leslie, the phone call would finalize it. I would no longer be Mrs. Amber Reynolds, but Ms. Amber Reynolds. To some in the city, this represented a chance for me to find a man worthy of me. To me, it represented an utter failure on my part, most especially because of how my faith and family would justifiably look poorly upon the decision to get divorced. But the alternative, staying in a dead, broken marriage, one in which my soon-to-be ex-husband, Jacob, had decided he no longer wanted kids, left me terrified. I didn't want to turn 35 in a few years only to realize I had missed out on my chance to have children. Granted, sadly, my odds of finding a man who would have kids with me and be a good father were slim, Lord knows, embarrassing as it was to admit. I had more than enough actors and athletes proposition me.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.